As much as I hate Brittle Brown, and as much as I hate to admit it, it's not completely useless. And to prove it, I built a MOC with it. So, like a lot of you that collected LEGO through the 2010s, I have a lot of broken brown pieces, because these pieces straight up suck. But I wanted to build a MOC with them to show that they aren't entirely useless, just mostly so. So with this MOC, I just used a 16 by 16 base plate to create a little jungle scene. There aren't too many tall trees around here since it is very close to the ruin. But the idea here is that it's just an old ruined tower, probably a medieval structure. And inside, the original wooden floors are rotting away, hence the Brittle Brown. So I'll just go ahead and give you a quick tour of the MOC. It is small, so there's not too much going on here. There is one minifigure, just a little custom explorer dude that I made at the little Build-A-Mini thing at the LEGO store. I thought he fit pretty well. And if I can get him back on, maybe. You can see that he is walking up a small hill that has the ruins of a path that is now overgrown. And that leads up to the angled staircase leading into the tower. I really like this design. And it is also blocked off by some vines, which is why he's carrying the sword. And then there is a fallen flag here on the ground that is now being overtaken by nature and will probably degrade in the next few years. And as you can see, there are more plants on this side, more vines on the walls. This flag somehow managed to stay up. And the walls themselves are just in ruins. You can see the windows are fine, but there are a lot of spots in the wall where it's caving in on itself. It's just straight up falling apart, toppling to the ground. Or here you can see that there's just a hole in it as things are burrowing in and out. This whole section of the wall is just in complete and utter disrepair, and it just gets worse as you go up, until eventually the wall just stops. The other side is more of the same. You can see it kind of slopes down here where it's caving in. A lot of plants on this side. Here you can see that the wall did originally go through the middle, but it just collapsed in its entirety here, with just a little bit still hanging on. More caving in on itself here. A lot of holes on this side. This part kind of got like sloped off, kind of withered away. And then here, like you can see, it used to go higher, but it is just done. So what we are left with is an utterly ruined, about 2-story tall tower. How tall was this originally? I don't know, but this is what's left. And I just quick moved the minifigure and the vines to give you a better look at the path and the area leading up, little staircase. I just used some of these angled bricks for the stairs, and I really like the way that this turned out. Not a design that I had used before, and I think it looks pretty good. And you can see that the top one is also kind of getting eroded away, and it is more curved off than what is down below. And moving inside, you can see we have the remains of 2 stories as well as the ground floor. So on the ground floor, you can see we still have some tiles, but this tree decided to grow in the middle of it. And there's also a snake popping out of the floor, so the explorer is going to have to deal with that one. And you can also see that the floor is caving in pretty severely in about 3 different spots. The tree decided to grow in this spot. And then here it's just sloping in. You can see the snake is down there. He just lives underneath, but decided to pop up for some fresh air. And then over here we have this skeleton. I don't know how he wound up on the wall like this, but he did. And his head fell off, and the floor is ruined around that, so you can see he's just not having a good time. And the inside of the wall pretty much looks the same as the outside of the wall. Nothing different really going on there. You can see the windows. Just a few textured pieces on the inside. And then there's just a little bit of support right here in the corner. So the idea is that this tower is actually a bit bigger. It will extend this way, it will extend this way. So it needs the support in the middle to help hold up the floor, or what's left of it. So starting on the top level, since there's really nothing going on here, you can just see that this floor is not doing well. It is all snapped away. There's a little bit there that's just almost completely gone. And yeah, I think for Brittle Brown, I think it's a pretty decent use. Definitely sells the ruined look. And you can just see the wall a little bit more there. More stuff just caving in on itself, falling apart, just like the floorboards. Then we have the middle floor, second floor, first floor, whatever you want to call it. This one is kind of where all the interesting stuff is happening. So you can see that there are 2 treasure chests that are somehow still being held up by what little remains of the floor. And there is some treasure in there. You can see the gems, some coins, there's some rings in there. And then this one is not well attached, but this one just also has, if I can open it with one hand,
just have some more coins. And just moving that one chest out of the way, you can see that these floorboards are in not much better shape than the other ones upstairs. You can see that one is really shattered. There's a spider web on the wall. Spiders just chilling, hanging out, having a good time. And yeah, the floor has seen much better days. And just one little thing I think is kind of cool, you can see the spider web to the holes in the wall from the outside. And that will about do it for the MOC. Not too terribly much going on here since it is a 16 by 16 MOC, but I am happy with it. I think it looks pretty good. I think I got some cool little details showing the ruined fortress tower, or whatever you want to call it. And I think it's a decent use of Brittle Brown, which is really what I wanted to do with this MOC, just show you that even though these pieces are broken and really annoying, they can still be used in some way, even if it's maybe not as useful as its original form. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little MOC video, and if you did, a like is very much appreciated, and feel free to leave a comment with your thoughts. And if you really enjoyed this video, consider subscribing and turning on notifications so you never miss when I upload a new video. And that will do it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.